Everybody, I'm a little bit behind with this video, but here we are up at my little test area at the North West Airfield. But I thought what we would do in this video is look at some of the new goodies that we're going to be getting in update 1.23, which is live currently on the test, well, the experimental servers for Xbox and PC, and will be coming to public servers, so that will include PlayStation in a few week's time. We're going to look at some of the new stuff, and then I thought we'll go over to one of the castles to see how the castles have changed, and then we'll go for a little bit of a spin around the North West Airfield, which has got some significant changes as well. As you can see here up at the North East Airfield, we've got this new bits of grass as well, so it does look a lot more lived in. And of course, one of the things we could be able to do now as well is that you can push vehicles. Here we go, let's get behind this thing. If you haven't got anything in your hand, that is. And this will be useful for those situations where you've driven over something like a little post or a little obstacle and the vehicle has become stuck. I think that's why they've put this into the game. I mean, you could obviously push it towards a fuel, a petrol station, but that would take quite a long time, and you can push every single vehicle. However, start of this update will probably be the new DMR, the M14 semi-automatic rifle that takes Win 308, so really powerful, and you can find 20 round and 10 round mags for this baby. And because it's got the NATO fitting along the top, the NATO rail, you can fit all the sort of NATO optics as well, so the night vision scope, the 4x, the 6x, the red dot, the combat sights, and then you can also put like the bottle suppressor on it, the M4 NATO suppressor as well. Let's just equip it, and you can see here, so here I've got it with the, I think this is the 6x, and go to the iron sights, but it fires pretty fast, kicks quite a lot, makes an awful lot of noise. This could well be the go-to, because the beauty of a DMR is that although it's only semi-automatic, because you can fire so fast, you can put an awful lot of damage into enemies without having to chew through all of your ammunition really quickly. So looking forward to finding this and having a go with it. In order to find it though, at the moment anyway, in the experimental files, the M14 as it is called, there's only 3 of them available, and it's dynamic event loot, which means you'll find it on helicopter crash sites, and perhaps the the vehicles that spawn in, here we go, just get rid of these. The little convoys that you find around, it could well be in there, maybe on the trains as well, but I would have thought mainly on the helicopter crash sites. So we're also getting, rather nicely, the field shovel. Beauty of the field shovel is it works, just like the normal shovel, but it's much smaller, so it takes up a lot less space in your backpack, which is nice, because you always had the question, didn't you, with did you want to have like a firefighter's axe or an axe or a shovel, meaning something that was really good for taking out zombies and cutting down trees, or did you want to have something for agriculture? So I think that's great. We've got these new gloves as well, the padded gloves, giving you the best insulation. These are like they're a bit like gardening gloves actually, but they've got these padded bits along the knuckles, so I guess they're more for combat, for melee, that sort of thing. And we've got the new OKZK cap, which offers you high insulation, comes in various colours, and then you've got the winter coif, which is this baby, which again gives you high insulation, kind of protects the chin in colder areas. Now the Patushkot hat, it's easy for me to say, I actually quite like this one, because it reminds me of let's take my boonie hat off. It's like the hat that a commando would wear, a World War II British commando would wear. So it's kind of bit special forces. It's given us best insulation as well. We'll have to see how well it fares when it gets wet. But I like that hat. I think that is very nice indeed. Have I? Yeah, that's pretty much everything. There's that Morozaka. Has this always been in the files? This sort of Christmas hat. Anyway, I found that as I was looking through the things. Coolio. So some nice little additions. So now let's bring up the map and let's go over to Krona Castle, for example. Let's go in here. Right, here we are. We're at Krona. And what they've done is inside the castles now, instead of having stone floors, they've got wooden floors, as you will see in a sec when we go inside this one. There we go. So there's the stone floor as you'd expect at the base. And then we've got this big wooden structure. Now, Wobo has very kindly, as always, done some testing. And basically this wood is very thick, so it's very difficult to shoot through. But you do have these more open areas. And there are various holes as well that you might have a chance to shoot through. If you're ever doing some sort of event, maybe where you've got to push the castle. Or generally you're engaged in PvP combat. At a castle. And coming up onto the roof as well, we can see the full glory of the new skybox and the new lighting system that has been added as well, which apparently is much more dynamic and makes the lighting much better. Now I know a lot of people are very, very excited about this new sky, and great. I always thought the lighting was pretty good in DayZ anyway, and I was never that bothered about the clouds, but I guess they look better now. So that's good. It's always going to be a good thing. I have seen some very pretty pictures of sunsets and things like that. The clouds go lots of lovely colours, but DayZ always had pretty sunsets, didn't it? Anyway, so let's make it midday again, make it nice and clear, and let's go over to the North West Airfield. Here we go. Da-da-da. Beauty of PC admin tools. So let's plonk ourselves down in the middle somewhere, like here. And the first thing you'll notice is that the aeroplane, rather than being at one end, is now in the middle. In fact, I'll tell you what, let's go straight to free cam and have a fly around this way. So let's come out of here and let's have a look. So you should be able to see. There we go. So now we've got the aeroplane there rather than at the top. Tents are still there, as you can see, and the kind of military area at the back, at the north end, is kind of still there. There is a new underground, but I'm going to say underground bunker. It's not the underground bunker like Livonia. It's the underground bunker like is at Tizzy, whereby there's one of the prison buildings that you can get underneath, but it doesn't have a bunker door or anything like that, so don't get too excited. And we've still got this area here, but all of this area, sort of on the west hand side of the airfield, is there's many less buildings here. There used to be so much here, didn't they? Those little ruins are still there, but all the kind of barracks and things that were here and bunkers have gone. And then when we get to here, this looks very, very similar. And then we get down to the big barracks area. This has been simplified as well, and there's a lot less here. Then when we come across to the southeast corner, we've got a few more buildings here. The big construction area has gone, but there is this new, I think it's new anyway, this new firing range, which looks pretty cool. And there's this kind of close quarters combat area here, the assault course, which has been changed up a bit. And then if we go over here, there you've got the ATC tower there, and then we've got another industrial area there, and then we've got the other industrial area here with the various bunkers. So I think the idea is to simplify the area, take a lot out of it, so when people do come to North West Airfield to loot, there's less areas to go to. So that's a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, if it brings people together and they get into PvP, then that's a good thing, isn't it? I know a lot of people mention the fact that they love the pre-.63 North West Airfield, and I guess this is DayZ giving it to them. So there we go. So there we go. 0.63 available on Xbox experimental and PC experimental servers right now. Will be coming to public servers in a few weeks' time. Remember, if you've got any problems or bugs, report them to the DayZ Bohemia Interactive feedback tracker, because the devs do rely on us to be their playtesters as well. And it seems to be a nice little update. I know there's a few problems with people online with servers lagging and connection problems, but I'm sure there'll be a hotfix for most of that too. So there we go. What do you think, though? Put your questions and comments down below, and of course I will see you again soon.